We're going to figure out who the big dog is when it comes to Madden. I think it's me at the end of the day.
I ain't even been no shit talking.
Listen, it's up. What's up?
You know, what you see on the field is definitely what you get from you off the field.
What they talking about, man? That's me. I'm him.
But I did it. Really having it, really winning. Was times that I thought I'd forever be sinning and spinning whatever to stand on the business. But God bless the game, did it all but a sinning. All the shots they let off, but they ain't hitting. All the shots we let off, they ain't mentioned was hitting. Go ask why he's finding them living. Never change, I'm the same as just in me. The only thing changes the pay for my video. Can't forget about the diamonds and chains on my pendant was starving, but now.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Sit Down with Malik Wright. As you guys know on this show, we like to talk to athletes, get to know the athletes beyond the game, beyond the jersey, beyond the face mask. Today I sit down with a very special guest, Bengals legend, Houston Texans starting running back, my guy Joe Mixon, man. It's an absolute pleasure, bro.
Sir,
Yes, sir. So this is probably going to be honestly one of my favorite ones. Quick little backstory. Joe is the first athlete that gave me a shot when I came to Cincinnati. First athlete that gave me a time of day, and I was always just super appreciative of it. When I first came to Cincinnati, everybody knew what my goals were, man. I wanted to be one of the biggest media people in Cincinnati, and came to his camp, got to see him interact with kids. Great time. Had $200 to my name, man. And now, a couple of years later, like to say that we built something pretty special here. And man, I don't know. We've never had a chance to really talk about it, but I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, genuinely, thank you, because I don't know, without that meeting, I met some prominent people from the organization. I met some prominent people that winded up helping propel my career. And without you, being open to answer questions, talk to me, man, I don't think I would be in this spot. So I owe a lot of my success to you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So I greatly appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you, man.
So
remember, you did that, not me.
Yeah, man. But it takes, like they say, it takes a village, man. But it takes people believing in you, bro. And so I greatly do. I really do appreciate them from the bottom of my heart. And I tell that story when I do speaking engagements, that this opportunity is what propelled this. So without that opportunity, this show wouldn't be a thing. So this is going to be a little bit different sit down. So a couple years ago, and I'm sure we're going to roll a clip, I challenged Joe to a game of Madden. Joe Mixon, I'm officially calling you out for a game of Madden. I'm officially challenging you for a game of Madden. So name your price, brother. Name your price. And there was a lot of conversations back and forth. A couple of years, I was like, man, I'm going to play him. Just never wound up happening. Today, we're going to get the answer. We're going to figure out who the big dog is when it comes to Madden. I think it's me at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure it's me. But, man, we're gonna get to know Joe, man. We're going to play some Madden. You want all Madden?
Yeah.
I got to make sure, man. I got to make sure.
You see it right there.
All right, man. I see it, though. What is like a perfect day when football isn't involved for Joe Mixon?
Let's go. All right, you good. A perfect day.
Mm-hmm.
For me, probably, honestly, man, I could say spending time with the fam.
Mm-hmm.
I think I enjoy that the most.
Mm-hmm.
I love being able to enjoy them when I'm back at the crib and spend time with them while I'm not in season. So I'll probably say doing that, probably sitting in the backyard, getting to relax my mind, look at a lot of scenery.
For sure.
Smoke a cigar, post up, and really just get to chill. And that's when I get my downtime, man. So that's probably what I do the most, man. I'm a low-key ass dude. I don't be outside.
Sound like me.
Yeah, I just chill. And I say also I play the game too as well. So
Madden, right?
That's what I do. Yeah, pretty much Madden. Starting to get back into 2K right now.
Okay.
Call of Duty.
We got that too. I'm just like, we got 2K too. What's the most emotional moment you've had, win or loss that has stuck with you?
That's a good question, man. I think the most emotional loss that I encountered in the league was probably, the AFC Championship, 2022. I think that probably was the most disappointing loss. You know what I'm saying? One that hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. People be like, why he say not the Super Bowl? I mean, to me, I feel like that whole year, bro, was one, we weren't supposed to be in a Super Bowl. I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
We had the talent, but I don't think that we were equipped enough to get there.
For sure.
I like I said, I think we was raw, but in terms of what we had, I think we were better that 2022 season than we were 21.
For sure.
I just think that, we was fortunate enough to make it. I mean, when you get to that spot, man, going to the Super Bowl, it's more so, you know, you got to have a little bit of luck on your side. And obviously with injuries, you got to be able to sustain, you know, and going through healthy. So we was fortunate enough to have that. So in my opinion, I think that that year of 2022 of losing, that was probably the worst.
For sure.
And the Super Bowl year, I got to say, bro, we had a hell of a run that year, man. I mean, it was a lot of great memories going through there. And I think that, you know, we weren't supposed to be, in all honesty, we shouldn't have been there. But it was a movie going through that whole year, bro. So, I can't complain off of that.
For sure. Now, you know, you've been in the league for a while, bro. What would you say, and you've been a locker room leader, what would you say is your advice to incoming rookies?
Damn.
Bro, damn.
All
right.
In my opinion, I'll say
all right.
my advice, watch who you're around.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody not your boy. Everybody not your cousin. You know what I mean? You get that a lot going through when you're younger, obviously. You don't need to have no big-ass entourage. You know, people be trying to act like, you know, they hella cool, doing that type of shit. Like I never was like that. I mean, I had people that I was cool with, and you know, years later, you come back and find out, like, man, I shouldn't have been, you know, messing with them like that. You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, I just think that, and watch how you spend your money. I mean, I think that they do a better job now with, you know, having the older guys giving advice to the younger, and I just think that you don't have to. It's okay to say no.
Yeah.
If you learn to say no early, I think you'll put yourself in position to, I think, be financially stable going through a lot of the league.
For sure. Now you think back to that kid in Oakley, California.
Yep.
Right.
In Oakley.
Yeah.
What kid are we talking about?
Well, you. In California, we think back, right? Growing up, what would you tell yourself now?
I mean, I look at it when it's all said and done. I mean, it's like I beat so many odds to get to this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that whether football was gone, you know, today or football was gone 5 years from now,
right?
I can honestly look back at myself and be like, he did it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I'm definitely at peace with how my career went, how it's going, and you know how it's gone. So I can't complain off of, you know, how things been going.
For sure.
And I'm just proud of that, like you say, proud of that kid from Oakley.
Damn.
But that's a tutty, big dog.
Man. Listen. He so.
I don't know if you can talk and play. I mean,
I can talk about. Listen,
we get into these questions and
man. All right.
It ain't even been no shit talking.
Listen, it's up. It's up. What's up?
Look,
man. I'm not worried. So, you know, what's the conversation with like a teammate, right? That maybe you had in a hotel or a locker room or on a bus that changed you as a man?
I like that question, man. I'll say my rookie year and maybe second or third year. I'll say my rookie year having talks with guys like Andy Dalton, Pac-Man Jones, like Vontaze Burfict. I think that them guys, they had a lot of advice for me as a young guy coming in, and I think that no, that's not gonna work.
Man, I
think that they gave me a lot of advice. I mean, coming in and just letting me know how, showing me the ropes, to say the least. I think that obviously, I used to always be so amazed at AJ Green and how he was and how he worked. And I came in everything and I tried to mimic exactly what he did. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was always a hard worker. I finish runs, I do everything the right way.
Right.
But in terms of how he practiced, man, I mean, it just made me go and tap into a whole nother level. And I think that it carried me a long way. And I used to always be like, man, he used to pull up in Ferrari and all types of stuff that just motivated me. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, one day I want to be like AJ Green. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, it's over with. You might as well quit now. Get to this interview, but
Man.
I ain't gonna lie. Like AJ, bro, like he motivated me a lot, and I think that a lot of our conversations was very beneficial.
Yeah.
Same with Pac-Man in terms of how, pull up to his crib. Pac always been like hella welcoming.
Right.
Since day one, I came in as a rookie. He had big, nice house, beautiful family,
Right.
and everything that Pac did and what he stood for as a man. That's what I always respected about Pac, and even to this day, I still respect that about him.
For sure.
One thing everybody know about Pac, he not gonna take no shit.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, how he is as a person, as a man, bro, like I respect everything he stands for, and and I appreciate everything that he gave me and that we encountered.
For sure. And I'm sure you definitely give that back to the rookies for sure.
Most definitely.
So who would you say is Joe Mixon's biggest fan?
Oh man, my biggest fan.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I mean, to be real, I'd probably say it gotta be my mama and daddy.
Yeah.
My mom and my dad, throughout these years, bro, like, don't get me wrong, it's been a lot of good things that went on throughout life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I had bumps in the road where it was like I had my family there that I was able to lean on.
Right.
You know what I mean? And one thing that I'm forever appreciative of my mom and dad is, just the fact that how they never gave up on their son. You know what I mean? And that's all I could really ever ask for, from a parent. And I'm forever appreciative of that.
Man, that's my mom mean the exact same to me, man. So I think that's awesome. So, I had a conversation with a really special person, two people to you, and from back in Oklahoma, and JT and Bill, man.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
Mighty Joe Mixon, man. Mighty Joe Mixon. So talk to me about JT and Bill, as, supporters from Oklahoma. What is the story behind, your relationship and how much do they mean to you?
Yeah, man. I mean, JT was, besides my mom and dad, man, like JT was one of my biggest fans coming out of OU, bro. I mean, I remember my first game playing at Oklahoma. I just remember a little kid in the stands just screaming, like we warming up. Little kid just screaming. He trying to get somebody's attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
And all of a sudden he like, Mixon. So, first game I turn around, like see who that is. And I just see a little kid yelling. And he just like, I love the Sooners. I've always been a big fan of you coming out of high school. And I mean, from there, it was like, man, like, this is a little kid. Right. You know what I mean? Like, don't nothing move me in terms of, like, a grown man can't sit there and be like, bro, you my favorite player. Yeah. Like, I mean, I appreciate it, but it's not going to move me or, like, really mean something to me, like, from it coming from a grown man. But from a little kid, it's like, bro, like, you got to think little kids look up to people like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sitting here and saying grown people don't either, but it just means everything coming from a little kid. And I was the first person that really was like, man, I love everything about you. Yeah. We appreciate, you coming up to the game, the enthusiasm you got for the game and the love you got for it, being a teammate and being the best to the fans. Like, I always appreciated that from them. So, we built our relationship and then pretty much going through the year, every time I see him, he'd be the first person in the stadium. So I'm trying to pretty much find him every time, throw the ball to him, throw the ball to him and his dad. And I remember bringing him down from the spring game, like bringing him and making him get on the field. And I think that it was a lot of fun times. Yeah. And just honestly, bro, through my journey throughout the league, to be honest, like they've been following me every step of the way. Yeah. And I can't do nothing but appreciate that. For sure. And I want to say how many years I've been playing football.
It must be a ninth year coming in.
Yeah, so going into my ninth year, I'll probably say he came to at least one game every year. Yeah. And that, I don't know who's done that besides obviously mom and dad. Yeah. but to me, that mean everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm forever gonna be thankful, and that's forever gonna be part of my memories of playing football.
Man, you know, Bill has something he wanted me to tell you too. He said, "I don't know if Mixon fully understands how much he means to me." Yeah. And we had a great, beautiful conversation on the phone where he teared up, and he said, you know, his dream is for you one day to come to JT's game with him and watch him play football. Yeah, he said, you're his family through and through for life, and he's got nothing but love for you, man. So that was an extremely touching moment, man.
Definitely. I mean, I see him doing well, man, out in Oklahoma. You know, he had a hell of a journey, man, since the first time he ever played football. For sure. And I mean, the last time I seen him, matter of fact, was I want to say last year when we played the Chiefs. When I was playing for the Texans, we played the Chiefs, and I just remember him and his dad in the stadium, literally right at the corner when we running out of the stadium. I'm like, damn, like that's crazy, right? And you know, just a constant support, man. I'm forever, you know, thankful and grateful for it.
For sure. So I got to ask you, talking about the NFL, what was your welcome to the NFL moment?
Not hit, but moment. Yeah. Just making sure.
Right. Like, moment.
Man, my welcome to NFL moment probably was that first preseason game that I ever played in. It was just the preseason, but I'm like, man, like I couldn't really focus because it was like, man, bro, like I'm really in the NFL right now. Like, dream really came true, you know, from literally creating your player in Madden to literally you being in the game. It's like, bro, it's crazy. Right. But I mean, to me, like it was everything to me. And I think that obviously the start of the career, you know, for the Bengals, it wasn't, you know, what everybody dreamed of, right. But I mean, shit, for me, like just hearing my name drafted and, you know, going through that whole draft process and experience and my first time ever being in Paul Brown Stadium. I mean, that shit was everything to me.
What has been your favorite moment as a pro?
I mean, I won't say favorite moment, but I'll say like favorite time in terms of I say favorite time in terms of like when we had made that Super Bowl run. I mean, a Super Bowl run, that was like a Cinderella story. For sure. You know what I mean? And obviously we came up short and didn't win, but I mean, man, like when you weren't supposed to be in that position, but you are in that position and you make that run and you was like super close, it was like, man, that's why like even me after the game, like, you know, I ain't really do many interviews or nothing. I don't think I even interviewed after the game. Yeah. But my feeling after the game, even though like it was like, damn, like I'm hot that we lost, it was like I didn't have really like no emotion. Right. It was like I couldn't cry, I couldn't be mad, I couldn't like be, you know, feeling a certain type of way to where it's like, you know, a lot of people that went through that situation. Like, I mean, obviously it stick with us to this day. But at the same time, it's like we had a hell of a run, and I was obviously just proud to be, you know, in that position, and obviously grateful to be able to even say I even played in the Super Bowl. Right. I love to sit here and say like, man, I'm a Super Bowl champ, but you know, to be able to go to the Super Bowl, throw a touchdown in the Super Bowl,
only Bengal player in history to ever, running back to ever throw a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
That shit was like epic to me. You know what I'm saying? So as much as we was like frustrated and, you know, upset after the game, it was like, man, like it felt like Friday Night Lights in a sense. Yeah. You know how they be having the finishes in the football movies, and it's like the other person always like come up short.
100%.
It was one of them moments. Yeah. So I can't really be upset about that.
That literally happened to my high school football team. My brother was a quarterback, gets injured, goes out. They were up. They throw a Hail Mary touchdown, a freshman. Moss's 2 varsity players wins the championship. Yeah, so his high school career was lit after that. So
for sure.
I got to ask, you know, what is your why? What motivates Joe Mixon? We see you on the football field, and I always wanted to ask you this. Like you go into the zone when you're running, and then I could literally do the reenactment. You start beating your chest, and then you point. Like what's your why? What motivates you? Where do you go during the game when you're like that?
Yeah. I mean, to be real, bro, I say
thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate it. My why is, I want to say, my family and my love for the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's people who say like they love the game, but what is you willing to do for the game?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do to put your body through something so hard and shocking?
Yeah.
To where that's the people that's the stuff that the fans and stuff that they don't see. Then when you go out on the football field, it's like, man, he just go out there and line up and go do his thing. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, it looked like that, but at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like we put a whole lot of work into this shit. Like this ain't nothing that you just show up and, oh, you gonna sit here and have, 6 touchdowns today and 10 tomorrow. Like, nah, like, oh my God. The game.
Man. Nah, you good.
But I mean,
I'm off sides though, so it don't matter, man. It don't matter, man.
But I love the game, bro, since my first time ever touching the football. I mean, I can remember my first time ever playing. I was 10 years old, and I remember I started off as a quarterback. So I wanted to be a quarterback, but obviously, certain circumstances didn't let me, get there. So I ended up moving down to my level, and they had their quarterback, but I ended up playing running back. So I'll go home, like literally my first year, I go to my dad, like, man. So I'm like, man, Pops, like, they moved my position.
Yeah.
He's like, what's your position? I'm like, they put me at running back. Well, I don't want to play running back. I want to play quarterback. So my dad was like, nah, man, running back is cool. He was like, you got to think, he's like, some of the best players ever play running back.
For sure.
And I'm like, but I want to play quarterback.
Right.
He said, just think about this. He said, why you want to play quarterback? I said, because I want to be like Michael Vick.
Yeah.
So I used to have everything about Michael Vick. Jersey, shoes, cleats, everything. Like, I used to love being like Michael Vick. So that's how I know how to throw with my left hand. So I first started trying to throw a football with my left hand.
Wow.
Like playing, literally trying to play the game, throwing my left hand. I'm right-handed, but trying to throw my left. So I remember, like I said, I went home, I'm mad, and my dad was like, look, man, he was like, one thing about playing running back, you touch the ball every play. And I said, what? Like every play? I mean, Little League. Yeah. I mean, when you got a running back, most likely they're going to touch that field, like,
consistently.
Exactly. So that's pretty much how I did, man. And I remember going through my first scrimmage. I think we scrimmaged this team like back in youth football. I think it was like Walnut Creek. And I remember my first 3 times I touched the football, I scored a touchdown. And I remember my first time actually scoring, I like did a front flip in the end zone, really because of Madden. You know what I'm saying? I remember playing Madden when I was younger and being able to do that. I fell in love with playing running back, and shit, like I said, I just from there, it was all she wrote.
I love that. Oh, thank you.
That's supposed to be over his head.
I need that. Hold on.
He ain't going nowhere fast.
So, what's your favorite hobby outside of football?
What you see is what you get from me. Like, it ain't no, like, he might like to do this and that. Like, nah, I love being at the crib, in my safe haven. I love playing video games. I love spending time with family. And, another thing, what I like to do when I'm just chilling by myself is, I like to smoke a cigar. Yeah. Listen to some slow music and just really get to relax my mind and just vibe by myself and be able to think, freely. For sure. So that's what I love to do. And I love looking at like sightseeing.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite place that you visited? You say you like sightseeing.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm from California. It ain't really too many places that got better scenery than that, if we're gonna be real.
So was he? He's from California too.
What part? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm from the Bay.
Okay.
Where, you got obviously in San Francisco, you got all them views. Then you got the Bay Bridge. You got everything in San Fran, Golden Gate, like all that type of stuff.
For sure.
And so you got Tahoe next to it, where they got a lot of vibes over there in terms of like scenery. Nah, that's big.
Man,
I need that big dog. Oh my.
Oh
goodness.
man. Oh man, that was almost bad.
Yeah, I mean that's my hobbies, man. Outside of working out and playing the actual game.
You said music. What kind of music you listen to?
I like older music. I like
Okay.
slow music.
Okay.
My uncle really got me into the old school music now. So, I mean, pretty much for the last like 2 years.
Okay.
But I honestly don't really listen to too much new music now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong, like it's cool, but
Yeah.
it ain't for me no more.
Have you ever started to think about maybe like an ideal age you want to play into? Because it seemed like you got so much juice left to give.
Yeah, that's a good question. I always said the goal was to get to 10. I truly feel like how my body feels, how I move, how I work out, and really be in shape and be prepared for, the pounding that you usually take as a running back throughout the season. I truly feel like I could sustain that. I mean, the only thing that really changed for me really is like my age, and I probably look at certain things differently.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit smarter as a football player, but other than that, man, like everything else like really stay the same. I mean, like moving, like certain movements and things like that where you used to excel at, you would think when you were younger, it's like you still had that same shit.
Right.
Like right now, everything that you pretty much had when you was younger, that was like your go-to or money moves. It's like you usually always keep that in the sharp, and you just try to sharpen it up even more. And the stuff that was a weakness or something, you just work at it.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? So,
For sure.
like I said, the goal is always to get to 10, and from there is just reassess where I'm at in life, and just pretty much try to go from there. Go 10 and try to obviously reassess, get to 12. And after that, anything after that is
it's a blessing.
It's a blessing for sure.
For sure, man. Now, what will be your final message for Texans fans for this upcoming season?
Final message, I mean, I think for me, I'd probably say just there's going to be a lot of, I think, in my opinion, we're going to have a hell of a team. I definitely feel like we're in position to, be a major contender. And I honestly feel like if everybody appreciate that, big dog.
Oh, man. That's cool.
I think as long as everybody stay healthy and, us obviously winning, I think that it's no doubt that we'll be in position to, hopefully try to punch our ticket in.
For sure. Joe Mixon, everybody. Again, man, I want to thank you so much for your time, brother. It's not often you get to sit with people and, thank them for the impact that they had on you. I know you might think it's a small impact, but it was a huge impact. And I was really looking forward to this interview. So, props to RSMCG for making this happen, man. It's absolutely perfect.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I appreciate you for having me, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I appreciate you letting me whoop your ass.
I
can't forget that part. You know what I'm saying? I told you this shit real.
Man, listen, it's about to get real. It's about to get real.
I know we about to be. Look, I know we about to be done.
Look, no.
With the interview, but at the same time,
no, it's not over.
Ain't no new shit gonna come out.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I told you it was only because we was on camera. Like, nah.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Oh, hold on. Anyway, give this video a like, subscribe. I'm not gonna let y'all see the final result. Give this video a like, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time on the Sit Down with Malik Wright.
I won't let them change me. I remain.